These people are experts at subtle inversions. They can present everything to you 99.5% true and make the entire thing collapse to your deficit by flipping 1, 0, or 1 in a string of 100 digits. One tiny element looked at incorrectly changes the entire effect of everything that's been talked about. So what did he actually avoid there? See, because this Ibram Kendi guy, he's absolutely hysterical. That dude, he has made up out of whole cloth some of the most evil commentary on whatever, just anything that he's talking about, because it's always inverted. And the fact that this guy he relates this information to us through reference to Kendi, it should just be an automatic alarm bell. But then he went into the story. The timing is perfect. 1450, right before. So it's at the right time. And then he says, but it's so subtle. See, you have to understand that it absolutely makes no sense. You have to really dissect. That a bunch of guys on a freaking wooden sailboat, a sailing ship,
would be able to conquer a more advanced
could just roll up
culture
onto shore in Africa and start stealing people. Those people were sold to the Portuguese. I don't care. It doesn't pay at all. You get no return on being self-speculative about things that make absolute sense. So if we're to take like the European and the African history that all of these brain wizards have established over the past 150 years through their digging up stuff and interpreting the documents and reading tablets and all this nonsense, they tell us they know so much about it. And then this guy in this propaganda piece tries to communicate the idea that the Portuguese just came up with this idea that we'll paint these people as beasts and just go and steal them and sell them.
Brilliant.
Yeah, God, that's just the smartest thing. But, and then you juxtapose that with the idea that Africa was the home to some of the most developed civilizations that existed at the time. They don't mesh.
So how can they be conquered?
You can't have both. You can't try to be an ally by claiming this elevation of these African cultures in the 15th century and then say, but, racist Portuguese, ding dong. Oh, it's such garbage. How does, God,
and people eat this shit up.
Oh, they do. I mean,
let's read the top comment here.
Yeah, let's read a couple comments and see if anybody figured out what was going on here.
It's kind of small. This guy, top one. Beautiful that for once we having a real conversation about the cause of racism and not primarily focusing on the effects which have led to no actual change. This is how one can truly understand that racism was a lie, and exposing this will lead to real change.
This person doesn't.
Sadly, the people in power want to stay in power, so the systematic racism shall continue to prevail. However, as they say, change starts within, and this talk shines the light. Please do share this with more people.
Unfortunately, I think that this person actually, they have a good motivation, and I think that they're not. I mean, obviously, there's some criticism of people in power in there, but this is a person who is semi-aware, but is not yet at the level of being able to recognize the bad seed. No, go back down to the comment.
I know, but I'm saying we should continue this for the next one. Maybe he brings it all together at the end.
Oh, no. Go back down to the comment. What's the key phrase in the comment?
Exposing the line to real change. Systematic racism.
See? This person has been seeded with nonsense. So the fact that they actually give credence to the idea that this nonsense exists shows that they're not quite there yet. But you know what, Donovan Lawrence, if for whatever reason you actually ever hear this video, I give you credit. Keep trying. Don't believe any of these stupid catchphrase, new word, these fad communication things that these people do. If you break it down for yourself, you'll be much more successful. Systematic racism is another made up thing. Sure, you had racist laws in the past, we went on a crusade that supposedly burned down half of the South to get out from under it. Civil rights legislation. Then we just transferred into lunacy with affirmative action and the stupid welfare state, and all it's done is make it worse. So I don't know. If you think that there are things keeping you down, you need to go and look at the gifts that were supposedly given to these groups.
This comment makes me feel like we need to watch the rest of the video. This one's by Melanie Moore or Maru. I greatly appreciate the clear explanation of what racism actually is from the history, accountability for change. I have never heard it defined the way you did, a lie that was made up for profit. I wish racism would have been defined and explained like this when I was in middle school and high school. A lie that was made for profit.
I guess it's kind of the same feeling I get there. Notice what's happened. They did. I mean, there was a telling of a lie, but it wasn't to somehow to make themselves feel better about what they were doing. It was to tell a different story to the general population so they wouldn't get executed, so they wouldn't be overthrown. That's the worst thing you can do is allow your population to see that you are doing something so evil that they will depose and execute you. That's what the book was about.
Dude, here's a good one that relates to a lot of shit these days. The further society drifts from the truth, the more it will hate those who will speak it. George Orwell. God bless you and your family. You're a realist. Let's see, this one's from Joe Wixie or some shit. I've read the same theories that Joe Biden described. This sounds like Biden, but it's not his last name. Anyway, except for the Portuguese writer he mentioned. The motivation to perpetuate the race concept was basically money and accumulation of valued items. This needs to be examined by our media outlets and shared with the viewing and listening citizenry. Well stated. Where can a transcript of this presentation be obtained? You're just trying to figure out what
I think he'd be better off listening to me rant about it.
Probably.
It's the lathering of just frosting over of everything.
I'm an African American, and this is the most real conversation I've heard yet. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this. I am Afro-Arab from Bahrain.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a hard time trying to
identify race.
Sorry, I'm reading the screen at an angle here. Considering the fact, maybe I'm getting all my eyes back. Considering the fact that I have brown, white, black, and Central Asian roots, that's why I'm working in the field of racial studies and post-colonialism, which I educate people across my social media. Are you okay?
Boy, I mean, generally when you see racial.
How can you educate people on social media?
Racial studies and post-colonialism, that's always a red flag for me, because what difference does that make to anything now? I mean, if you dedicate your life to somehow just expounding upon grievance that gives you the capacity to steal from your neighbors, that's just self-destructive.
Listen to this one.
What is
this
the point
is the question I've had for years. Nobody could answer it. Thank you, sir, for speaking out the truth everybody needs to know.
Okie doke.
Thank you, John. You just unveiled yourself as a truly evolving human being. God bless you. Keep being human. Keep the evolution on. You're greatly beloved. There's some long ones here. I can't help, as I watch him speak, but to think of how personally courageous he is to approach this topic.
Where's the personal courage? I'm going to get up on stage and flagellate myself about being inherently racist. And then I'm going to give you this historical explanation.
Well, he says on such a widely viewed platform.
It's just so hollow.
Yeah, it does take courage just to get any time you're doing public speaking, dude, getting on stage and speaking to a large group of people. It takes some courage, no matter what it's about.
Not for people who want attention.
That's true.
People who want attention, they'll get up on stage and do anything.
That's what OnlyFans is for.
I mean,
okay, I think that's enough,
dude.
We're over an hour, 20 minutes here.
I'm worn out.
Yeah. Maybe we'll continue. I kind of want to continue. Maybe we'll continue this next time.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have to watch that clip at home on my own. Maybe I missed something at the beginning. I just don't get a good feeling from anything in this talk.
We'll figure it out. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you got any videos that you would like Phil and I to watch and listen to them here freak out and go on rants to, please drop them in the comments or go in and send them to us. All the links for all that stuff will be in the description below.
Bonus points for subtlety. That's what I'm really interested in. Like, I think that this guy he's a subtle, what's the word where he's a subtle underminer. What's on the surface it's kind of checking out, but then when you like that contradictory part, there are pieces of the foundation underneath that are completely missing.
Well, maybe we'll figure out next time.
Yeah.
And I didn't choose the Doug life. The Doug life chose me.
Filio.